What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Monday, June the 14th, a beautiful day to be alive. The joint is brought to you by BlueChew. Listen, let me tell you something. Whether you're young, whether you're old, you always want your dick to be tip-top magoo. BlueChew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis at a fraction of the cost. You can take it anytime, day or night. The process is simple as can be. You ready for this? You sign up at BlueChew.com. You talk to one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, which takes like 20 minutes, you receive your prescription within days. The best part is it's all online. Nobody knows nothing. No visits to the doctor's office. No fucking stare downs from a doctor. No awkward conversations. No going to the pharmacy. Now she knows you got a fucked up dick. It ships right to your door in a discreet package. Not even the mailman knows. BlueChew tablets are made in the US of A and prepared and shipped directly. It's way cheaper than a pharmacy. And let me tell you something. I popped a couple of BlueChews and they're fucking tremendous. You understand me? After the hamstring fucking teared, I had a few problems with my heart on. But now that it's okay, the blood's not focused in my leg, my dick's tip-top magoo, but I'm 58. So for that extra little added, you know what I'm saying? You pop a pill. Even if you're 20 and you got the hardest dick in the world, give BlueChew a try. You want women walking away from your house limping, right or wrong? You want them to say, don't mess with that motherfucker. He gave me dick for 2 hours straight. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, BlueChew is for you and BlueChew could help. And they got a special deal for you right now. Try BlueChew for free. What are you talking about, Joey? Free with promo code Joey. That's it. Just pay $5 for the shipping. That's BlueChew.com. B, capital B. I know most people say uppercase, fuck that, I'm an old man. Capital B-L-U-E, capital C-H-E-W.com. Promo code Joey to receive your first month free. And as always, I want to thank BlueChew for sponsoring the joint. And I love BlueChew. I think they're a great product. It's safe, and like I said to you, we could all use a little bit of help, you know what I'm saying? You get that little fucking pill, you pop it, you go over the house. You don't tell her till afterwards so she don't get confused. You follow what I'm saying to you? Go to BlueChew.com, enter code Joey, and receive your first month for free, okay? And now it's time to get the motherfucking party started. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's Monday morning, cocksuckers. Candles lit. Let's get this party started.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happened, you bad motherfuckers? It's Monday, the 14th of June. Holy shit. The weeks are fucking flying. Let me tell you something. I had a great week last week, a great little breakthrough week last week. I talked to Mike. I told Mike to start watching me a little better, and it was for nothing. You know, sometimes in life you get stuck. I've been stuck the last 10 months, and you guys noticed it. I know it. I feel it. Just every once in a while, you go through shit. The last 10 months, I've been feeling how I felt after I got my divorce. When I got divorced in '91, there was a year after my divorce that I just wasn't right. I wasn't stable, mentally stable. Like, I was having fun and I was doing comedy and all that stuff, but I wasn't really feeling like myself. And that's what's been going on lately. And I thought it was a big fucking problem. You know, I thought it was a bigger problem than what I was. I mean, how can somebody do something for 30 years and not want to do it? I thought that I've been acting a little differently since I moved here. I've been a little bit more cautious, a little bit less movement. I felt in LA I was getting pulled from every direction, and I wanted that to change for me to be a little happier and healthier. And that's what I've been focusing on. You know, I got friends that call me like, hey, what are you doing today at 3:30? This guy wants to meet you. Those days are done. Like, those days are done. I'm too busy with the fucking kids and, you know, my own world and what the fuck is going on. And but it's so funny how it's taken people 9 or 10 months to realize I'm not the same guy I used to be, especially since I moved here, because I put more focus into what I needed to. But one of the things that brought me back, and we're going to go through this, we're going to keep hearing about this, because I can't believe that I preach it to you and sometimes I forget to fucking use it, you know? Mike, do you journal?
Yeah.
Okay. It's really weird. I journal, and I like journaling, and I pushed it on you people for fucking 30 years. You know, it helped me to get off the coke. It helped me when I was locked up. It helped me in a lot of ways, and I didn't even know what I was doing. People called it a diary when I was growing up. Everybody had a diary with a fucking lock on it. You know, don't look at my diary. I don't want to read your shit. I don't want to read nobody's shit, you know. But that's the thing. It used to have a lock on it with a little key. Listen, a fucking 4-year-old could pop it open. That lock don't stop nothing from nobody. It's like when people have a safe in their house. Guys like me, we just pick it up and take it to go. You know what I'm saying? That's great. You got a safe. You better fucking staple it down, weld it into the wall. I can't open it, but I'll take that motherfucking safe to go. We'll take it in the car. We did it a couple times. I was going to drop a name on you, but I don't want to drop no names. I don't want to reoccur any felonies and shit like that. He'll probably watch the podcast and call me back and go, yeah, we took a safe one time. We opened it up. There was nothing but quarters in there. And we ended up throwing it in a fucking lake. Unbelievable. The thing must have weighed 800 pounds.
Quarters are heavy.
Dog, I picked that motherfucker up. I picked it up, and I could feel my balls blowing up. I dropped it, and I said, fuck it. I'm just going to push it down the stairs. And I started pushing the safe down the stairs, and it was rolling. Pa, 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 pa. It hit the bottom floor. And then I had to get the safe to the back door on the bottom. So I pushed the safe down, and it banged into the fucking door. Now I had to go down there and fucking body fucking push the fucking safe to open up the door. And I open up the door, and I go into the fucking thing to see if my buddy's out there. And my buddy's out there with his trunk open, but there's a cop car sitting there. They're just sitting there watching for traffic. And I'm like, holy fuck, the alarm didn't go off. I'm like, what the fuck happened? We get the fucking safe. I get him. I tell him, drive around with the cops there. The cops stayed right on the fucking corner. I go, drive around. I go, you got to help me with the safe. It weighs fucking 10,000 pounds. He gets out. The guy's street name was The Lip. We pick up the fucking safe. We put it in the trunk of the car. We go back to his house. I'm banging this fucking thing. He's got a welding fucking thing. We finally bust the thing open. We're expecting to see 50 fucking G's. And so help me God, it was a bag of change. This fucking big, and maybe $8 in singles. You don't know what that does to your confidence level. If you think I was struggling the last couple of weeks, you should have seen the look on my face that night. And then we had to take the fucking safe, carry it, pick it back into the fucking thing. The kid cut his hand. He had to go get 8 stitches because when he welded, he fucking left the metal up and he fucking sliced his hand. So we had to fucking throw the safe in the water. He had a bandage on his hand. And then we drove to the hospital. I had to sit there like a fucking asshole for 3 hours while he got like fucking 18 stitches in his hand. My point is, with the fucking diaries, you cannot, you know, you want to write stuff in there and you hope that nobody bumps into that stuff. What I usually do is after a couple of years, I just take them and burn them or shred them. You know, I'll tell my wife to shred them, you know, but I was struggling until about 6 days ago. And I changed my journaling routine. What I did was I added a Steve Simone trick. You open up with gratitude. What are the never mind what you ain't got. Never mind what your pals got. Never mind what Bert Kreischer's got. Never mind what, Whitney Cummings got. What do you have that you're grateful for? 5 things. He told me to say them in the shower. A bunch of us do that. Me, Ari. 5 things you're grateful for every day. When you wake up in the morning and you wash your pussy, when you're in that shower, say them out loud. Not in your head. You have to say them out loud. 5 things I'm grateful for. My daughter, my wife, the second chance God gave me, the house, and my career, how it ended up. This could have fucking ended up worse. The lawnmower man wants to come down on a fucking Monday morning, cocksucker. He shows up with landscape. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck. Manscape, landscape. So you say 5 things that you're grateful for every day. Every fucking day. Steve Simone taught me that years ago. And you get up and you say it in the shower, and it's great. And lately when I'm driving in the car, instead of fucking listening to the radio, I just talk to myself in the car, making believe I'm talking to somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll say, what am I grateful for today? I'm grateful that I'm driving. I'm grateful that I have a job. I'm great. All these things, because sometimes we fucking forget what really is going on. You didn't get that job at the dental office. Who gives a fuck? You got a beautiful wife. You got a beautiful daughter. Things are happening. So we forget that shit. We overlook it, and that's what's been going on with me lately. I've been focusing on why don't I want to do this instead of the things that I am doing. We're writing a book. We're putting a weed strain out. Hopefully today me and Mike shoot a fucking little video for an NFT. There's always something to do. I don't want to do stand-up yet. I see all these people putting up all these fucking schedules and stuff like that. I'll be out. Don't worry about it. I got a time and a place and a plan. I got a summer that I want to fucking enjoy. You know what I'm saying? All these schedules are going up. You're seeing all these schedules going up, and I got a summer I got to enjoy. I got Guns N' Roses coming August 5th to fucking MetLife. They're coming back September 11th and 12th. I think my wife is getting tickets for PNC for somebody else. Steely Dan is there with their little jazz trio. I mean, guys, we got a great fucking summer here. If you think I want to tell my wife and a bunch of people at 6:30, I got to leave to go do a show in Morris Plains, get the fuck out of here. I'm fucking partying with them. I'm doing everything. I don't give a fuck. So what I took with the journal was this week, I started, instead of just writing, Monday, July, what's today's date again? The 14th, whatever. Monday, June 14th, I open up with 5 things that I'm grateful for today. The second chance I got, the fucking, just everything. Getting out of L.A., not going to Austin. Did you guys see what happened over the fucking weekend? I woke up to that on Saturday fucking morning. I got a call, an anonymous call last week from a dear friend telling me that he just don't like Austin. He can't, that it was not for him, that the homeless is out of control, the traffic is out of control, and that downtown was very violent, that somebody had thrown a bottle at him, and I knew Lee was going fucking down there, and I came home, and I called that motherfucker right away, and I told him, I said, Lee, you got to do me a big fucking favor. And he's like, what? And I'm like, Lee. I said, let me tell you something. I go, do you need this Austin money? Because I just mail it to you. I go, I don't care if you're going to Austin, but I want you to fucking be careful. I've spoken to a couple people that have played a club down there, and they say the walkway from the hotel to that club is a bit fucking dangerous. He had to walk around, and the second night he had to tell the owner to drive him. And Lee, you guys know I care about Lee. He's, I don't want him to get beat up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to get mugged or nothing like that. So I called him and I fucking told him, listen, buddy, it's the hotel and the club and you and the Agostino, you got, it's strength in numbers. If it's that type of situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but because I heard that downtown Austin was really bad. So I called him and I called fucking the Agostino. And I told them both, hey, you guys got to watch each other's backs tomorrow. I can't lose Lee and I can't lose the Agostino. Be careful. Do your sets. Don't make any unwanted movements. fucking, I told Lee to call me when he got down and tell me what he thinks. And he said that the traffic was fucking horrific and that the homeless people were everywhere. It looks like a little model of L.A. And that was it. You know, I was happy he had a show. I didn't want to bother him Friday night, so I didn't call him back. I told him, don't call me back after the show. Go have a beer, go have a good time. Fucking Saturday morning, I wake up to my wife waking me up at 7:30 that there's been a shooting in fucking Austin. Dog, guys, I know you're not going to believe this. I fucking levitated off that bed. The only reason why I didn't hit the ceiling was because I had my sleep apnea mask on with the fucking down. Rope. You think I'm fucking kidding you, dog? I fucking levitated off that fucking bed. You know, that's my little fucking brother. I took that mask off and I ran downstairs, and sure enough, there was a text from Lee saying, hey, buddy, I'm fine. I know you're going to read this. I don't want you to worry about it. I called him up. I asked him what happened. He kind of, you know, told me what he had heard, whatever. It was one shooter, you know. So that was, you know, every day has been something. It was a very fucking exciting week last week. I mean, Monday we had practice. Tuesday, I don't know what the fuck happened. Wednesday, we had a drive for a playoff game. We drove all the way down there. Guys, you guys know I lived in Seattle. You guys know I lived in Colorado. So when I tell you this, I tell you this from the heart. I saw a rainstorm on fucking Wednesday that was so fucking intense and so beautiful at the same time. I almost fucking died. It started with just a couple drops, and all of a sudden we were on the playing field. We were not even on the playing field. We were on the grass talking because they said that the game got pushed back 20 minutes in case it was going to rain. So we were just standing there, and all of a sudden we felt a couple fucking things come down, and all of a sudden it just opened up, and it started fucking hailing. June 8th, 9th, whatever the fuck Wednesday was, it's fucking hailing. We weren't even in our car. My friend that's a detective, he has a big truck. We all, because that was the closest truck to us, we all jumped in there. We sat in that car in that rainstorm from 5 to 6 to 6:35 watching that fucking rainstorm come down. Thunder everywhere, ba-boom, ba-boom. Everybody was fucking freaking out. Nobody was driving. Everybody stayed in place because there was nobody. I saw a fucking a parking lot get 3 inches of water within fucking a minute. In that 35 minutes, when me and my wife had to run to that car, listen, she had an umbrella and I had an umbrella over Mercy, and we both were fucking drenched. My wife's panties were fucking wet. Her bra, my shirt, everything. We had to fucking come home, and then we were freezing in the fucking car because it was cold out. Tremendous. I shot a movie on Friday in New York City. Fucking tremendous. If you see the smile on my face, it's because I forgot. I forgot about how much fun that kind of shit was. It was fucking sensational. And it was inside a studio. Because when you shoot in a studio, it's great, blah, 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 blah. We shot on the fucking Midtown Manhattan in front of people. There was barricades. There was people yelling. It was fucking tremendous to get the vibe from the city. It was, let me tell you something. I had to drive to Queens on Wednesday for a COVID test, even though I got the vaccine, the whole thing. They didn't give a fuck. Then I had to go back to Queens on Thursday for wardrobe. And then I had to shoot in the city on Friday. No big deal. I was very fortunate to get a job. I put the audition on tape like a month ago. I had forgotten all about it. I went over Friday. It looked cloudy. Like it looked like it was going to rain on the way up. I'm like, fuck. I'm not going to be able to shoot this. Now I got to come back on Monday, or they're going to reschedule it for another fucking day. And I got this because I hate having shit hanging over your head. I like booking that type of shit. You book Wednesday, you shoot Friday. That's the way it's supposed to be. Once they start telling you August 18th, you're like, God damn it. I got to wait till August fucking 18th. So I went over there Friday. I was a little, you know, you hear shit about the city, so you're a little apprehensive. You're hearing that they're hitting people on the head with sticks or whatever. I haven't been over the city too much since I've been back, you know, 3 times this week. But I drove down 42nd Street. It was fucking tremendous, all closed. I saw all the places I used to go to. It's completely fucking different. I mean, it's completely different. I don't know what the fuck they did down there. There's no Sex World on the corner no more. You know, I used to sit, I drove down 42nd Street, and you hit 9th, and you got Port Authority there. Right across the street used to be Sex World. But on that fucking corner is there used to be a tremendous little Arab dude who made slab bread hot dogs with the rat tail on it and everything still. Tremendous. Dirty water dogs. And he's got little steaks on a stick, little cat meat on a stick. Let me tell you something.
Listen.
Usually I wouldn't eat that shit. That motherfucker gives you the meat with a piece of bread on top, and you put some Frank's hot sauce on that motherfucker. Oh, Lordy. I couldn't wait to catch a bus in New York. When I lived here in the fucking 90s and 80s, I couldn't wait to get a bus, because the first thing I'd do, I would take my hunger right to that motherfucker. I'd open up with like 4 slab bread hot dogs, and then I'd open up with like 2 or 3 steaks on a stick. So you guys wonder how I got the 418 and 2 cans of fucking Coke. And then I would go to Harlem and get weed and eat Cuban food up in Harlem, and then come back to Port Authority and smoke another fuck and eat some more steak on a stick. That guy wasn't there no more. And across the street from there used to be a thing called Sex World. Years later, Jamie Masada put the Laugh Factory on top of Sex World.
Really?
Yeah, it was disgusting. I never performed in there, but
How long did that last?
Oh, it lasted like fucking 8 months, not too long. I sat on that fucking corner eating steak on a stick and hot dogs, and I would watch all the Hasidic Jews at 7 in the morning go in there. Like tons.
Get the rub on?
And sometimes I would go, no, you don't get rubbed on. What you do, you go into Sex World, and what you do is, it's disgusting. Listen, you have to be a disgusting person to go into this thing. And it just wasn't, it was everybody. I was disgusted. I mean, I've been going to Sex World since I was like 13.
They have like condoms and dildos and shit?
No, it's like going to a fucking, going to Jenkinson's. You know what Jenkinson's is in Point Pleasant? It's like an arcade. So it's an arcade for sex, okay? This is an arcade. I swear to God, Sex World was fucking a disgusting arcade for sex. It was basically, you walk in and there's like 3 guys with those aprons on with tokens in their pockets, right? And you go up to them, you give them like a 10, and they give you a handful of disgusting tokens. Disgusting tokens, okay? Forget Bitcoin. This is sperm coin. This, I don't know what value this has.
That rusty pennies.
And then they have a circle, okay? It's like an oval room with different booths, okay? Different booths all around. And when you approach them, you'll see a guy walk out of that booth, and nobody makes eye contact. They look down. They would walk out looking at the floor, and they would walk out, and you would look like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Until you open the door and looked on the floor, and there's a ball of sperm on the fucking floor. And then the guy goes, excuse me. A little Mexican guy would go, excuse me. And he would come in with a mop with like disgusting water and just throw it on the sperm, clean it up, put it back in the bucket and go, you ready, senor? And you're like, okay, thank you. And you'd go in, and they had 2 of these. They had the one with the glass, okay? So you had a glass, and you could just look in, and it would be, so like as a kid, as a 12 and 13-year-old, the first time we did it was great, because we would go, and at first a window would open, and it would either be a skanky fucking white chick, you know, just shot up heroin, because that's what they do. They're hookers, and then they go there to make extra money at 6 in the morning. So what you do is the window opens up, and you put tokens in, and you put your dollar by the window, and she comes over, and you could either suck a tit or finger. You could get as much as you want for whatever until she leaves. It was disgusting. You had to be 12 to fucking even enjoy that thing. You know, you stick your hand in, you're trying to finger her. I still remember running out of there, and like all our friends getting together going, what'd you get? I got a tit. I got the, smell my hand. Oh shit, it's fucking disgusting when you're 13, but you're a kid. One time we played hooky. One time a bunch of us played hooky in the 8th grade, and we went over there. And we took this kid with us that had just transferred. His name was Paris. Great fucking kid. We went over there. I told this story on the church. We went over there. We got some tokens. There was Sex World, and then if you went on 42nd Street, there was other little copycat ones. There was a place that sold IDs. You could buy IDs for, to go to clubs and shit like that. They had all that shit there. I'm talking about the 70s. To see it now and what was going on then, it's 2 different fucking years. Like, and now, with what's going on in the city, that Disney store they got on 42nd Street, close it. Let's go back to Sex World. Not that I would go there, but that's what people really fucking wanted anyway. The other ones had the windows that opened, but you had to keep putting tokens in that motherfucker or they were closed. And that was the time I went in with the kid and he was sucking a tit and he forgot to put the things on and the window locked on his thing and they had to call we left him. You know us, we fucking ran outside. Oh, they called an ambulance and they got this thing and the kid's a fucking state trooper now in San Diego. That's why I didn't go to San Diego that much because after that thing caught him in the neck, they transferred him. His mom transferred him out of McKinley. I don't know why. But we were going to Sex World as fucking kids, and it was disgusting then. But we could look in, as a kid, when you're 13, you don't know what the fuck you're looking at. You think you know about sex. You have no idea. So what it would be a room, you go in there, there's a window. There was 3 different styles. You either had the chick that went from window to window, and you could suck a tit and finger her for $1, $1.50, whatever the fuck you had, change, as long as you were putting tokens in. A lot of times they come up to you and you're negotiating and the window will go down and you're like, fuck it. And you put the token in and all of a sudden you're like working on tokens. Like, you're like, all right, what can I get real quick? I don't know. They weren't going to suck your dick or nothing like that. It was you feeling their tit or you trying to finger them. So you had that style or whatever. Then you had the style that was just a glass. And they put their tit on the glass, and you just sit there and rub one out, and then fucking, it's disgusting. Your fucking your sneakers would stick to the floor. Like you would hear your sneakers when you were in this fucking place. Just disgusting. But then they had the ones where it was just people having sex. That's like the 3D, that was like when they went deep. So it started with the people having sex. It was just like some fucking white dude with like a bent dick. It's just, you have no idea. When you leave there, you didn't feel too good. You know what I'm saying? When you were 13, you're like, ew, like it was fucking disgusting. He would have like a curved dick, and the chick would be fucking, you could see the heroin, the track marks on her arms, and he would be fucking her, and you would just sit there, but you could see your friends in the little windows. Yeah, they're all in little windows. And you could tell who's jerking off. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep your shit straight. Like, if you fucking, you gotta like jerk off cappuccino from this position over here, like just make believe like nothing was going on. But they had those type of fucking sex shows where they would just fuck in the middle. But then they had the special ones when they would fuck in the middle and they had chicks rotating. And the windows would open, and you could finger them and stuff like that. And you could. When the window opened,
You smell it.
oh,
I can bet.
and then when you walk the fuck out, here comes Johnny Mop with the hot boiling water on the fucking sperm, and you look at that bucket. I remember one day I just looked at that bucket, and I'm like, God damn, how many kids are in that fucking bucket? There's a busload of kids in that fucking bucket. But it has changed. It really listen, guys, I haven't lived here in 23 fucking years. When I came to New York to do shows, what do you think? I fucking sightseed? I was a fucking tourist. I got family to see and shit like that, so I never got to see. So for 3 days in a row, I drove down 42nd Street, and the memories that came back to me were fucking, and that's why, like, I was trying to figure out what was wrong with me, the last couple weeks with the journaling. And it came to 2 things. It really did come to 2 things. I came back to a place that had so much pain involved when I was growing up. You guys forget, I found my mother on the floor on a hit of acid. Do you have any idea what that does to your mind? I do, because I lived through it. I didn't fucking gank myself, even though I wanted to fucking die. I didn't. I kept it together, and the best I could. I knew I was a drug addict, and I did a bunch of bad things. But when I came back here, when I would come back to New Jersey to do comedy shows, it was 3 days. I didn't have a chance to think about what was going on or what happened or what didn't happen. I would be focused on comedy and about seeing my friends and going out to dinner and stuff like that. This move made me look into the fucking closet, guys. It made me look into the closet and look at those skeletons. And remember, I have a skeleton closet like everybody else, a main one, but New Jersey has its own little skeleton closet. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I have a big skeleton closet, like the one behind Mike is sitting, and then I got a little closet over there. That's my New Jersey secret closet. That's my skeletons in that closet. But those skeletons hurt. There's a lot of pain involved with those skeletons. So I figured that out through what is fucking wrong with me, what is affecting me, what is making me feel not like Joey, like Wild Man Joey, you know. And listen, guys, I've been smoking the last couple nights. I've been smoking. I roll, I go on my little porch at night, I get my little fucking tea, and I smoke, and it's putting me to sleep. The plan I had is working. I slept great last night. I slept great the night before. Guess what? I called Mike the other day, and what I say to you, less is more?
Love is blind.
Didn't I say that to you the other day? I said less is fucking more, Mike. I found that out last night. It's working. I stopped putting all that fucking whatever in there. I gave you some ABXs. He sent us a shout out to ABX. The best fucking edible in the business. I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. The best. You understand me? And how do I know? Because I've 1 million served. How about that? When it comes to ABX, I got the fucking... Look at this. And these are the good ones.
The
Mike.
100s.
Oh, yeah. This is the one. Mike don't like the 200s.
No, I like the 200s, but those ones hit me. I don't know why.
This one hit... The 100s hit Mike. Mike told me that the 100s hit him harder than the 200s, and I started experimenting with it, and I think Mike's got a fucking point. They sent me the 25 milligram sleepy time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I dropped one of those last night with the tea. That's it. No more syringes.
How'd it feel? Did you feel anything?
It feels good. I'm still... man, the fucking dreams. The skeletons are coming out of the dreams, man. Listen, I enjoyed this.
Writing it down in the morning.
Fuck yeah! Listen. I enjoyed this, and part of my route. Listen, that thing that Rogan and those guys are doing, Sober October. I got to admit it to you guys. I made a mistake by not doing it, and I'm very sorry. The bigger the man, the bigger the mistake. You just cop to it. You know me. I tell you guys, I fucked up. I didn't want to be a part of it, and now I'm gonna do one every year. It's not gonna be October. I'm gonna know when I need it. I'm gonna know. Yesterday, I went over to do, Friday, I went over to do that movie. I'm the type of guy, when I go on a set, I bring edibles. I bring reefer.
Just in case.
Yeah, no, because there's people there and they help you. They help you tie in your shirt. They tell you that you have lint on your thing. They come to you. They're trying to make you look good. So I always take edibles and always bring weed on sets with me. As soon as I go to the makeup trailer and I see those girls, they start talking. I base what they're listening to, the music they're listening to, and I listen to the conversation. And right away I'll go, you ladies want to get high? And the room will stop. They're like, what are you talking about? I go, I brought the weed that fucking Jerry Lewis gives the kids when they stop fucking raising money. Yeah. Wife. And they look at me like, what are you talking about? And the same was Friday. Same thing on Friday. I went in the makeup chair, boom, boom, boom. She was cool as fuck. Then she gave me the hair. They cut my hair a little bit. They trimmed it up a little bit. They gave me this little merengue, hoop, doop, de doop, fucking hairdo. And I told the ladies, you ladies get high? And they're like, yeah. Let me tell you something. I told the one girl, I go, just walk me back to the trailer. And she was like, fine. She was cooler than shit. She was married to another girl. She was part of the LGBT community. Cool as shit. She goes, I'll walk you. We walked back to the trailer. I opened up that fucking bag and I go, put out your hand. She goes, what? She went like this. She goes, that's too much. I go, give it to the fucking girls. Go give it to the other girls if you don't want it. And then I gave them those powdered edibles. Yeah. The pure one. How did they work for you?
They're all right. I put 2 of them in a water bottle. And nothing? I need like.
I think you need more. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I did like 3 of them. But I gave it to my buddies and they enjoyed it. They said they got nice. There's a new thing called Pure Wana. It comes in a box. I'm sorry, I used them. You know, I gave them away yesterday, Friday, whatever the fuck. And you just rip them, put them in like this much of water. You shake them, and I'll get some more, and I'll turn you guys on to them. I think they're going to be at the ice cream shop because I just referred them to the ice cream shop. And then you got the ADs that walk you, these little young college kids. You know, how much money do you think they make? What do you think, they're getting rich making a fucking movie? You asked them, you get high. When the kid came and got me at the parking garage, you get high, dog? Yeah, I do. Here's an edible. Thank you. Now they're working. That fucking kid stuck to me like glue, bitch. That motherfucker, he wouldn't let nobody talk to me. Get away from him. Go away. He had an umbrella. It started raining. He put an umbrella over me. I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, man, you're a great guy. Thank you for helping me. I haven't had weed like that because they smoked it. They went and fucking got high.
Oh, shit.
By the time I was shooting, 10 people already. I'm like, this is my type of day. Some girl came up to me afterwards. She's like, thank you for blessing the set today.
Right.
You were fucking great. You were, you know. And I was excited. I was excited to fucking work. I was excited. That's a fucking movie. Guys, I'm a bum. I'm a bum. This is why I tell you, if I could do this shit, if you could fog up a fucking glass. The other day somebody came to me, my daughter's best friend's mom was like, they're offering a podcasting course at like a college around here. She goes, why don't you go teach it? I'm like, who would take a podcasting course? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
probably a lot of people.
For 3 credits?
You could just go on YouTube, everyone.
I know. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, but anyway.
The set got nice and lit.
And it was just a blast. It was really a blast. You know, man, I got to tell you something, guys, and I've become a good little fucking actor in the last couple of years. You know, I play myself. I don't know what the fuck I do. You know, I hate watching myself. I will never watch myself. As soon as I come on, I can't fucking hear my voice. But from time to time, sometimes I go, let me just look at, like I watched the first Marin I did. I think that's the best work I've ever done in my life. I really do. I think the Marin let me go crazy. Kudos to him. He was like, do what you do, dog. So I did what he told me to fucking do, and it was great. You know, when I first got to LA, nobody talked to me as a comic. Nobody talked to me. Even though I was at the store, Rogan talked to me. Ari talked to me. Duncan talked to me. But nobody else wanted nothing to do with me. I was at the store ripping it up, but nobody would talk to me. You know what that felt like? It felt fucking pretty shitty. Everybody was going to Montreal. Agents were signing everybody. Nobody was talking to me. Meanwhile, I'm at the store at fucking 12:30 following Paul Mooney, fucking throwing heat every fucking night. It's getting better, stronger. And then when they would put me into the regular shows and there was a fallout and I would go 10:30, I'd blow that fucking room up. Nobody would talk to me. That's fine. I figured that I would just keep getting stronger. Maybe I had to add something to my arsenal. You know, when I got to LA, I was a $50 a show feature. If you're my agent, you get $5. You can't make no money with $5. What am I going to give you, $5, $50, right? So they send you out for auditions. Now, I never fucking acted. What do you think? I grew up going to acting class in New York? Come on. I would rob acting class. I don't know nothing about fucking acting. You know how you learn how to act? You fucking with credit cards. When I would use like a fucking weird names credit card, like you go in like Ming Ho. If I could go in with Ming Ho's credit card and use it, and the guy looks at you and your name is Ming, yeah, okay, that's fucking acting. You know, I mean, I'm just using that. That used to be a bit I used to do because it was true. If you could fucking use a stolen credit card with an Asian guy's name on it, you could fucking act, as dumb as that fucking sounds. So I took a couple of acting classes. I didn't go into it blind. I took a couple of acting classes. I didn't want to be a fucking asshole. You know, I had already blown off the pilot, and I had already embarrassed myself in basketball. I wanted to know what I was doing, so I went and I took a formalized acting class. I didn't make it my life. I didn't go out at night and, you know, oh, I got to go home and rehearse my scene from The Godfather. Fuck those people. You're going to go, you know, you get people that take that shit really fucking serious. I rehearsed and I did the things and I went to the cold reading workshops. You know, I did what I had to do just to get by. I didn't submerge myself into it. You know, I figured that the more I do it, the better I'd get. And I had a great manager at the time that was sending me out, and I was building my resume. You know, if you look at my IMDb, guys, it's tremendous. I got tons of shit on there. So now I'm in a position that I don't really know what I want to do, but I might as well fucking act while I'm here. I mean, my dream, guys, my dream would be to be on Law and Order, recurring. That would be my fucking dream. I mean, Blue Bloods is going out. This is the last season, so I missed out on that. That's a great fucking show. It became a fucking great show. For 20 years, CBS couldn't put together a show 10 o'clock on Friday nights. I remember years ago, they were struggling on Friday nights. First, they had a show with Joe Pantoliano on, and bombed. And then they had a show with Rob Lowe, and that bombed. And then you know what they did? They put a show with Joe Pants and Rob Lowe together, and then that bombed on CBS. Nobody remembers that one. Check it out. You'll see. Rob Lowe, and I'm lying to you, Rob Lowe's show was on NBC that bombed at 10. Yeah. Joe Pants' show was on CBS that bombed at 10.
So they put them together. And
then they put them together on CBS, and they still bombed at 10 o'clock.
Should have went to ABC.
So fuck them. ABC had Tim Allen. See, everybody's trying to get that Friday night show. Always remember, when you watch TV, some networks are like, fuck it, we're going to lose Friday anyway. Why try it? No, there's people that stay home.
Yeah.
There's tons of people that stay home, so you got to try to win Friday night. So that's why Tim Allen, the last show, I think Man Standing, I'm not sure, was on Friday night. They're always looking for something for Friday night. And Blue Bloods was great. NBC this year decided to fucking shoot. You know, they have Law and Order, Organized Crime, which that's the one I'm going for. But they're not looking for mugs like mine. They're looking for a little bit more Americanized faces so people don't get their feelings hurt. So what I'm thinking of doing is Law and Order picked up like 4 fucking shows this year. They did like Law and Order fucking, if you abort some kid, Law and Order Helicopters, Law and Order fucking DA's office. They're doing like 4 pilots. Hey, check it out. I'm not lying to you. So I would love to get recurring on Law and Order. That's my fucking dream, to be a detective, something like that. So who the fuck knows? I acted last week. It was great. I'm going to keep putting auditions on tape. And I put about 6 of them on tape. But because of my focus issues, I cannot remember the lines, guys. This is how bad I was a month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Now I'm starting to read. Now I'm starting to reread that Rob Halford book again. I was starting to read the Jimmy Page book. I was up to the part where he just joined his first band. So it was really interesting, Jimmy Page book. Interesting. I did not know this. And I knew this, but I didn't know this, for you fucking music buffs. They were all influenced by one song. Because of one song, the Stones, the Beatles, and Jimmy Page got into music.
What song?
The king of rock, Elvis Presley. I forget the name of the song. No one... whatever, something, no room for candy, something like that. Jimmy Page picked up the guitar after he heard that song. Keith Richards picked up the guitar after he heard that song. And there's somebody else that credits that song. And it kills me today that we don't see more Elvis on TV. I grew up on Elvis. I fucking loved Elvis growing up, since I thought he was great. Dog, I saw a picture of Elvis about 2 months ago. Listen, I'm not gay, but I give props. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gay, but I give props. I know when a man is fucking really good looking. Brad Pitt is a good looking motherfucker. How do I know? I watched Moneyball 3 times this week. I love fucking Brad Pitt, okay? I'm a Brad Pitt motherfucker. I'll stab a motherfucker for Brad Pitt. But that dude is a good looking fucking dude. What are we talking about?
Elvis.
Elvis?
In a song that...
Dog, Elvis Presley, I saw a picture of him about a month ago. I called my wife. I go, I've never seen a prettier man's face than this guy right there. You have no idea how much I loved Elvis as a kid. Jailhouse Rock, that's my jam. Do you understand me? That Jailhouse Rock, that movie, that whole fucking thing. I remember fucking when we were kids. There was the ABC after school movie every day, 4:30, and they used to have Gidget Week, fucking Elvis Week. Elvis Goes to Hawaii. You know, fucking Jailhouse Rock. I haven't watched one of those movies in 20 fucking years. Nobody talks about Elvis no more. It's like Elvis doesn't fucking exist.
Quincy Jones just was talking about him.
Was he? Elvis?
Apparently he was a little racist.
A little what?
Racist.
Yes. Yes. Elvis was... I'm not sure he was racist. I have a problem with that. You know, I have a problem with that. You know, Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant shit to me. He was straight up racist. The sucker was simple and plain. Motherfuck him and John Wayne, because I'm black and I'm proud. Already I'm hyped for some man. Most of my heroes don't appear in no stamp. I heard kind of, he robbed the black man. You know, that's the word on the fucking street. I don't know how true it is. I wasn't there. It was way before my fucking time. You know, I don't know what was what, but I do know that in this book I was reading, he influenced. I forgot the name of the fucking song. When somebody sees the podcast, put it up on the fucking comments. You know, nobody fucking talks about Elvis. How did we get on talking about Elvis anyway? I love this
that song that.
Yeah.
Richards, Jimmy Page. That's what I'm looking up here.
It's not pajama pants or nothing like that. No one for fucking whatever. This fucking guy has to come on Monday fucking mornings. Can you believe this shit? I'm trying to fucking do my little podcast in here in fucking peace.
Dude, they came a couple days ago to my house, broke our window. Our whole door window to get in the house. They had to replace our whole... They shattered it with one of those things that they're blowing out there with. I came over the podcast, I'm like, what the fuck happened to the window?
If it ain't one thing, it's the fucking other guys. But yeah.
Baby Let's Play House?
Yes.
That's it.
I think that's it. Yeah. And it's not like, if you listen to the jam, it's a great jam. It's not a fucking... It's not fucking, sad but true. But it fucking works, It works for me a little bit. But, you never know who influences what. I've heard different stories about John Wayne being racist. I've heard different stories. I read an article a couple weeks ago. That's why I didn't know if I was going to put Eric Clapton up, slow hand. I read this article that people were complaining that he made remarks in 19 whatever. Who gives a fuck?
It's weird with art, man, because I have a lot of artists that I love their art, but it's like, what were they thinking?
I don't know what,
I still like it.
I don't know what. I heard that Eric Clapton said some stuff about throwing him out of England or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
What a guy.
I don't care. You know what? I leave it up to the music. I'm the type of guy, listen, and this even goes for me, okay? This goes for me, and this goes for anybody else, and if you have a problem with this, then I don't know what to tell you. If you listen to what comes out of a celebrity's mouth for political, if you're banking on a celebrity, what he has to say, if I like Brad Pitt, but I don't give a fuck what he's got to say. Honest, you want the honest to God truth, I really don't give a fuck what he's got to say. Look at my boy Bruce Springsteen. He talks shit and he got a fucking DUI. You can't... these fucking celebrities sometimes say shit. A couple weeks ago, they did the Academy Awards, I think. I don't know what they did, the Grammys. I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but it was downtown L.A. The cops surrounded the place for them so the homeless wouldn't attack them. They defended the place. And half these people going up on stage talking shit about the cops. The cops defund the police, blah, 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 blah. Now, listen, I know we have a police problem in this country. I saw the video again from Glendale, the shoplifter that got beat up by 4 cops. Right now the world's on this fucking axis. You're going to see more and more of this now, whatever. This has been going on for 2,000 years, and now is the time to fucking pick it out. And I understand. That it's getting rougher. But, listen, I was in New York Friday, like I told you. I saw a lot of cops, and I saw a lot of shady little things. I saw something I wasn't going to talk about on here, but I got to talk about it. I saw something that was so fucking disturbing as I was walking in New York. Just one thing. It was the only fucking thing only negative that I saw. I saw a beautiful, beautiful Asian woman. I was walking, and I was about to hit the thing, and there was cars coming. So she was on the corner, but on the street a little bit. And she was, as I was walking towards the corner, I saw her trying to flag a cab. Okay, she was like this, like with her hand out. And as I got to the light, she was maybe 7 feet from me, you know, like she was where the fucking AC/DC poster is, okay? But maybe 3 more feet behind me, and she was facing that way. And I heard a cab driver pull up. I don't know what nationality he was. I'm not here to say anything. And he goes, "You got a better day of dying than me putting you in this cab. You." And me and this little young guy just looked at each other like, fuck, hate is real. Right there. Right there. I mean, it was right behind me, guys. She was out there waiting. I didn't even think about it. I just saw she's fucking hot. She's fucking, look at this. This is the real deal here. New York is back, bitches. And the cab driver pulled up to her, and he lowered his window. And he's like, it'll be a cold day in hell before I pick you fuck up. And he fucking sped away. And I actually like turned around, and I wanted to go up to her and ask her if she was all right. But in today's condition, the last thing I needed was for her to turn around and karate chop me, and then fucking next thing you know, I'm fucking in trouble. I don't know, because I know if I was waiting at a fucking thing, if I'm waiting for a fucking cab and somebody goes, "Hey, you spick, you know, you got a fucking, it's a cold day in hell before I pick up a fucking spick like you up," I'm going to be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, you know what? If you don't want to pick me up, just don't pick me up. You don't
just
have to
keep
say
going.
Nothing. Just keep going, right? That's what I would do. I don't want to pick her up. I don't want to pick him up. I would pick her up because she's beautiful, just to talk to her, just to see where she's from. I mean, you know, who's your mother? Who's your father? I want to go suck your dad's dick. You're so fucking good looking. That's an old Richard Pryor joke. So don't be fucking saying I stole jokes. I just remembered it. You know, I just wanted to. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But for you to stop, lower your window, and say that, and then take off, it'll be a cold day in hell. I mean, I was like, okay, this is the fucking world today.
Guess he didn't need the fare. Like,
yeah, I guess he didn't fucking get the memo. I guess he didn't do some shit. But, you know, you see this kind of shit, and this isn't what I'm living through. I'm happy down here. I'm okay. I'm getting healthier. I'm happier. You know, I'm not mad at anybody. We're lucky we're doing a podcast. My daughter's playing fucking softball. I mean, Thursday night, guys, she lost an 8-inning game. They fucking played their hearts out. Mercy had all those girls did great, and they lost at the end by 1 run. A run scored. The girl got the ball hit to her, and she didn't know whether to throw it to third, and she threw it home. The pitch was good, but the girl stepped on the fucking plate before the game, you know, before the thing came, and even the coach cried. The game was so fucking good. I had to piss, and I was holding it in because the game was so good, okay? And not a parent fucking moved. I had to piss, and finally I waited for Mercy to hit, and I go, okay. I saw the little lady with the cart. There's a little cute lady that drives a little cart there. The fucking bathroom is fucking 3 miles away. I went earlier to try to piss by the fucking car, but you can't take your dick out of the park. If not, I'll have to fucking register as a sex offender. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not taking my dick out of no park in New Jersey. I ran over to I got on the cart with her, and she even told me, she goes, what's going on over here? This is a great game. She goes, parents are leaving the other games, and they're watching this game. I mean, we had like 100 people in attendance. I mean, it was fucking great. And they said, we're going to extend it to 8:15. just let them play till 8:15. Whatever happens, happens. I was excited, and all of a sudden, the bases were loaded, and fucking the run scored, and it was at 8:15. Like right there. They held on all the way to the end. Mercy had 4 hits. She pitched. She threw a couple people out. She caught a pop-up. I got to tell you, when you see your daughter cry, when you see your child cry, it's a rough one. And that night I was okay that night, but it was a long game. And when she came over to me, she was bawling. I mean, the team's got 11 girls, 9 girls were crying, and the fucking coach was crying. Then we went over, the coach gave them all Frisbees and wiffle ball bats. We whipped out some fucking cupcakes, and we just hung out, and, you know, some of the girls were still upset. Mercy was fine when she left, but then when she got in the car, she was upset, and we had to fucking talk her off a ledge and tell her that you did great. You made it to the All-Stars. You made friends. I go, you know how all the people that came to your games, your Uncle Bobby, your Uncle George, your Uncle Eddie, your Aunt Lisa, they're not my brothers or sisters. We all grew up together, your Uncle Joe. We all grew up together, and we started, this is sports. I met Eddie Connors through baseball. I met, you know, half of this shit, I go, these girls that you're meeting, that you're playing with, you're going to be friends with them forever. You're going to be talking about this in high school. You're probably going to be friends with them in college. And she's got a little girlfriend from Staten Island. They moved here. Shit. Her name is Nicole, and she got a little brother named Joey. I fucking love them. And Nicole is a bruiser, and so is Mercy, and they hang out together, and they got each other's backs. That makes me happier than ever. That makes me happy. She didn't have that in California. She was hanging out with a bunch of kids that were allergic to peanuts in California. They couldn't get out of their own fucking way. They didn't know what their gender was. That shit ain't popping off here. That shit ain't popping off here. You know what I'm saying? These kids are the 2 sets of kids we hang out with. It's got to be 8 different fucking families, and there ain't no fucking nonsense here.
Handing out the paydays.
These fucking parents are thinking of pulling their kids out of school and putting them all in Catholic school because they don't want this thing that they're going to teach now in the schools. They're fucking pissed. These Jersey Catholics, the people across the street from me, the people by Jimmy's house, they're all talking about, fuck this shit. No, we don't want this shit in our fucking world. I'm here with some good fucking people, dog. We got there, like I said, there's no peanut allergies here in this neighborhood. There's no identifying. I identify with a rabbit. No, there's none of that shit. You know, this is straight up Gangsterville. We ain't fucking around here. Who the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
with a rabbit.
It's the truth. I identify with a rabbit. You know, you guys heard what's her name? Demi Lovato. She's California sober. Listen, either you're sober or you're fucking not. I'm not sober. I'm smoking dope, and I'm popping those fucking 25 milligram edibles. At least I'm working on something, guys. I'm not smoking all fucking day like I was. You know, I'm down to 272 pounds.
That's fucking awesome, man.
When I got here, I was 316 fucking pounds.
Wow.
Okay, from the stress and the fucking the Xanax and whatever the fuck else I was fucking eating, the edibles and the fucking Mexican food and everything else. And I just lift weights 4 days a week. Today I didn't lift. I had to take the fucking kickboxing. I didn't lift on Saturday. Because Friday I had to work, and then Saturday I was supposed to lift at 11, but I didn't. But I went to the gym on Sunday and did a little quickie, 20 minutes, just to fucking, because today is my big lift day at 11, so that's how I usually fucking run it. But I'm better, guys. I'm better. I'm a lot better than what I was. We struggled. Mike knows that October, November, these podcasts were fucking rough. Joey was somewhere else. But you know what, man? I could feel it. And all I could equate it to was loss. I lost something. And I I took my own advice and I spoke to somebody. In fact, I have another meeting with her tomorrow night on Zoom, and we had a great discussion. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to do something and then play a holier-than-thou type attitude and not do it either. I told you people a couple of weeks ago, if you're struggling, it's cheap counseling online. You know, I heard that all the good therapists are booked up because, you know, when I heard that line, that a lot of people are suffering, like their minds aren't right, I was like, okay, I'm not the only one. I'm in with good company. And then Rene Encarnacion, an old church guy, wrote a post a couple of days ago that he's been struggling. I mean, he's a veteran and stuff like that. Young kid, moved to Denver, and I sent him a private note. I said something to him on Facebook, like just but then I sent him a private note, and I explained to him that, listen, even your Uncle Joey, who's a fucking savage, had his moments, and I had to fucking talk to somebody. And let me tell you something, it made a world of a difference. For starters, I'm the type of guy I use my friends as therapists. What you're gonna go pay $400? What do you got that friend for? You've been friends with him for 30 years. He knows you more than ever. He knows you better than you know yourself, probably. But you know what? I talked to all my friends, and they each had a different whatever, and I appreciated it, but I just wanted to be right. I talked to her one time, and I felt that much better. At least I had a direction. She gave me some homework, and it was basically journaling, and it came down to what was really bothering me. I mean, listen, man, you look at the events the last year, a big move, cross country, you know, new faces, new things, knee surgery, pain pills. Those pain pills, those were 6 long fucking weeks, and I was keeping it together for you guys. I was trying fucking hard, but it killed my fucking stomach. I had to wear that watch. I had nausea. I was barfing. Thank God I threw the last 13 away. Somebody offered me 2 the other day. They're like, hey, you still have any pain? I got, nope, I don't even want them in my fucking house. I'm fine. Like, if I got pain, Aleve, ice, and fucking bandages, put the fucking CBD line on, and I'm good. No more nothing. So it took a while, but it took talking to somebody. And I told you a couple weeks ago about the meetings. Listen, you know what, man? I was even thinking of zooming into a meeting just to watch. You don't have to talk. You could listen and listen to other people's stories. And sometimes you gain strength just from listening. You don't have to always fucking talk. You could just listen in these meetings and see what other people are going through and go, okay, I'm not the only one. You know, he's a plumber. Maybe you relate to him because he's a plumber. You're a plumber. Maybe he's a machinist. You're a machinist. I don't fucking know. But I had to do what I had to do. I don't give a fuck. There's no stigma with it. At least I'm man enough to say I went and talked to somebody and I feel 150% better. I'll be a better father. I'll be a better comic. I'll be a better actor, and I'll be a better friend. And that, at the end of the day, that's all that matters, you know. I took a test, and it looked like I had like a little mild depression. You know, I get up early, guys, so there's no laying in bed for me. There's no watching TV with a robe on. That doesn't happen in my world. I push. I've always pushed ahead. You guys see me fucking on Twitter in the mornings saying good morning. That's not pre-fucking programmed. That's Uncle Joey that's up. You know what I'm saying? Like Friday, I had to go to work. I didn't know if I was going to see Mercy that night. So guess what I did? I set the alarm for fucking 6. And I got up, I did my Patreon work, and then Mercy got up and I hung out with her. We had breakfast. I didn't think I would see her Friday. I ended up getting home at 8:16, and we watched a little TV, and, you know, we talked a little bit. I showed her the call sheets and whatever. We had a great time, but that's what it's all about. I talked to Ari, who had gone through his own thing, and he helped me out fucking fantastically. But it was the lady I spoke to who really put me on the path. And guys, I feel a lot better, so expect better things from me, funnier podcast, and me going off from time to fucking time. If you're watching this podcast, waiting for me to get high or whatever, listen, go get your fucking hat on with the propeller and take a walk around the corner. Let's grow up here. You know what I'm saying? Let's grow the fuck up here. That's what was pissed. Somebody told me a couple of fucking years ago, who was the person I wanted to smoke with the most? And I'm like, nobody. I don't want to smoke with nobody. Who do I want to smoke? I don't want to smoke with nobody. First of all, I got a sore throat when I smoke with people. I've always got a sore throat since I was fucking 13. And then when Ralphie May got that fucking lung issue from traveling all across the country and smoking with different people, when he got the fucking triple pneumonia, I cut it out for sure. I'll give you a joint to smoke. I'll bring you a joint. Mike, am I lying?
Smoke with each
I'll
other,
bring you
but
a
not
fucking
passing
joint.
it.
But I don't need to build a bond. What am I, an Indian? I don't need to pass a peace pipe around. There's too many germs and you motherfuckers are filthy. And you guys get sick and don't tell somebody. You know how many times I've been to Cleveland or fucking Columbus and a guy will smoke with you, and after he smokes you, he'll go, yeah, I just got over fucking a lung infection. And you're like, really? Thank you. Thank you.
Gave it to me.
You know, the best ever, and we'll end with this, was God rest his soul. God rest his soul. I love him. I learned we haven't talked enough about the piano player from the store, Jeff Scott. Jeff Scott was a great guy. 23 years I was up there with him, and I loved him. And, you know, we talked about him a little when he died a few months ago, but it's given me time I really had to mourn him. I really had to process him. You know, I've been processing Brody. I thought about Ralphie the other night. But Jeff Scott was a great fucking guy. And part of my stage success at the Comedy Store was Jeff Scott, because he would play different music for me. And I knew how it would come out to certain music and just fucking, we used to do this song, Do It Till You're Satisfied. And I just had it down with him. You know, it was just great. But Jeff, I'll tell you a funny story about Jeff. Jeff had, you know, and he's gone now, God rest his soul. He was a great man. I hope God is taking care of him and stuff. Jeff had HIV. You know, he was HIV. He lived for years. He had it under control. When I first met Jeff, I didn't give a fuck if he was gay. He was great. And every time I saw Jeff, I hugged him. I mean, we were all good friends with Jeff. That meant being gay to me. I don't care. I hug gay guys harder than I hug tough guys, because they need the hug bigger from me than I. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love gay men. I have no problem with fucking gay men. So, what was I talking about?
Jeff Scott.
Jeff Scott. So, you know, I love Jeff, and Jeff was a pothead. You know, as soon as you got to the store, when we were broke in 98, 97, Jeff always had something for you. Jeff always would call me and Ari and go, what are you guys doing? You want to go in the back? Yeah, let's go, Jeff. Jeff wouldn't sit there and watch he had a 20-minute break in between all the comics. He would play, unless you wanted, like, this comics that said, Jeff, play the piano while I'm up there, like Jeff Ross. Yeah. A lot of guys like, Jeff, fuck around. Jeff was great like that. He was great. He was a musician that became a comedy musician. Yeah. Is that weird to say? I don't know. If he was a comedy musician.
Like Bo Burnham.
He would do the fucking piano for you and shit. But when I first met Jeff, you know, I loved him right off the bat. He was great. Me, Ari, all of us were broke. So if somebody asked you if you wanted to smoke, you had to fucking smoke. You know what I'm saying? And I remember one night, I'm at the store maybe 4 months, and we're outside, and Jeff comes up, and he goes, hey, what time is your spot? Let's go look. We would always go look. Oh, 12:30, you got time. You want to go get high? And I go, yeah, Jeff. And we went to the back, and we're getting high, and we finished smoking the fucking joint. And all of a sudden he looks at me and he says something weird, and he goes, yeah, I don't feel good. The HIV medication makes me feel fucking groggy. I go, what HIV? And he goes, I got HIV. I go, now you fucking tell me after you smoke a joint with me. You know, I knew I couldn't get HIV from him, but, you know, it's just, you just miss people, you know. So I don't want somebody else coming up to me going, you know, I just had COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was really scared of. Like, that's what really deterred me from the reefer, was COVID period. You know, listen, your mind, fucking those dudes in Houston didn't write that song because it's not a topic. Sometimes your mind plays tricks on you, okay? And I know it happens to you guys, because it happens to me a ton. During COVID, every time I smoked, my lungs would hurt. And I would go, God damn it, I got COVID. It's your mind.
It's the good weed.
You know, I'm a comic. So your mind is a sense of humor. So your brain has to have some fun from time to time too, right? So your brain tells you shit. Like, you ever, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, I went to pee one day, and a little squirt of blood came out. Dog, I couldn't run to the doctor quick enough. Right away you think of cancer. Right away you're thinking of all the worst things, I got on the phone with the doctor. I got to see you right away. He goes, I got like an opening at 3:30. I'll be there. And I get there and I'm like, Doc, I got cancer. He goes, well, what are you talking about? I peed a little blood. He goes, before you fucking go off the fucking deep end here, did anything happen? Anything happen the last couple days? Just think hard. I'm sitting there like, okay. I went to kickboxing. That's right. And the girl need me on the one nut. And he goes, let me see it. I took my nuts out for the doctor, Dr. Waxler. I showed him and he goes, see, there's a little thing there. He goes, if you keep bleeding, call me back and then we'll take care of you. I went home and I never bled out of my dick again. Do you understand me? But when you bleed out of your dick, you right away think, I'm going to fucking die. I got cancer. I got the itchies. Anyway, I don't fucking even know what the itchies are. I love you motherfuckers. Thank you for sitting with me for an hour on a Monday morning and talking shit. I love all this stuff. And I'm back, bitches. And I'll be back little by little by little. And then eventually, who knows what the fuck will happen. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for supporting. And I'll see you guys Wednesday. Tip-top motherfucking Magoo. Ready to rock. Thank you again for watching Uncle Joey's Joint live from New Jersey. And now for a word from my motherfucking sponsors. All right. Thank you for listening today. You know I love you motherfuckers with all my heart. I try my best. And that's all I could do for you guys. But the Joint is brought to you by one of my personal favorites. I love this company for what they do. BlueChew. Listen to me. BlueChew is fantastic. It works quickly. Within a half hour, you could take it at any time. You're asking me, Joey, what's BlueChew? BlueChew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis at a fraction of the cost. You could take it any time, day or night. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com and talk to one of their licensed medical providers. Once you're approved, which is a matter of minutes, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part is, it's all online. No visits to the doctor's office, no driving. Then you don't have to, you got to, can you imagine you have like a female doctor, you got to tell her your dick's not working. How embarrassing is that? Or then you go to the pharmacy and it's a female pharmacist and she gives it to you and she looks at you like, look at this fucking mutt. Yeah, this ships right to your door in a discreet package. Not even your mailman knows. Nobody knows nothing. This doesn't mean that you have a defective fucking unit. What I'm giving you is firepower. You understand me? So when you do go over there, you want women to leave your house going, Jesus Christ, just what happened to me? This guy's a fucking savage. That's what BlueChew will do for you. So if you could benefit from the extra confidence when it's time to fucking get down, BlueChew can help. And they got a special deal for you today. Right now, go to BlueChew, B-L-U-E, capital C-H-E-W, free with promo code Joey. Just pay $5 for the shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Joey to receive your first month free. And as always, I want to thank BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast. But listen to me, BlueChew is no joke. They're very good. And this deal, you can't knock it down. Free. Give it a shot. All you got to do is pay $5 for shipping, and you receive your first month for free. All right, guys? Listen, I want to thank BlueChew. I want to thank Lucy.co, but most importantly, I want to thank you guys for always having our back and for fucking supporting the podcast and listening. I love you guys with all my heart. Have a great fucking Monday. Stay black, and I'll see you motherfuckers Wednesday. Tip top motherfucking Magoo.